This is not a cookie. This is actually a lens, and it's been rightfully called the Oreo lens because, well, it looks like an Oreo cookie. So let's twist, lick, and dunk through what this lens is and what it can do so you can decide whether this lens is for you. So what is it? This kind of lens is called a pinhole lens, a lens cap lens, or a toy lens. But yeah, pretty much it is a pinhole lens. This particular lens is a 32mm f10 built out of plastic. You can see that it says that there inside. And there's no metal or glass. Even the lens element is plastic. There's no autofocus or manual focus, and it's fixed focus at a hyperfocal distance so that everything from 3 feet to infinity is in focus. Lenses like these are built using similar, if not the exact same lenses you can find in disposable film cameras. So it gives you that look and it achieves that. So what does this lens do? Well, as I mentioned, it'll give you that nostalgic disposable film camera look, but also if you look at this here, I've got my Sony a7 III with a 28 f2. If I just switch that lens out, you can see that it brings the profile it turns it into a really slim profile. Now, and what this does is it makes your camera function like a point and shoot. I think it's great for things like street photography, travel photography, and general photography. It could be great for portraits and even video use, but don't expect clinically perfect images. So what are the pros? Again, very small, very light, very slim. If I take the cage out, this thing is really, I can pocket my a7 III. It's very minimalist. It's very minimalist, simple to use. There's no other controls. You're fixed at f10, no focusing done, and it's a very affordable lens at $20. Now, here are where we talk about the bad things, the cons. This lens doesn't lock into place. This button here, where you twist your lens in and that button pops out, that doesn't engage, that doesn't pop out. You can easily unmount and mount the lens just by twisting it on. Again, it's pretty much a lens cap with a lens in it. I was afraid I'd knock the lens off, but that hasn't happened. So, yeah, I guess it is a con, but it's, more of me being paranoid, I think. f10 is a really narrow aperture. That's another con. It requires a lot of light. It's best used during daytime to the afternoon when the sun is at its brightest. You might struggle to use it indoors and definitely will struggle to use it at night unless you're using flash, which could be something very interesting. I haven't tried that out yet. So final thoughts. I started using this lens and it felt very limiting at first. I struggled because I was used to the process of, dialing in your settings, locking in focus, and then taking the shot. With this, you didn't have any of that. Aperture is fixed, so I set my ISO to auto, and pretty much my shutter was fixed to as high as I could get it. So you really have to work with your composition, and that part felt freeing because you forget about settings, you focus on composition, and you have this tiny form factor now. I started bringing my camera, taking it out, having it around my neck more often, and in places I normally wouldn't, and it allowed me to get shots that I normally wouldn't get and just pass on. And I think that's its charm. That's what makes it great, where you can embrace the imperfections of the lens, because I think we've hit a point where it's difficult to find bad lenses, if that makes any sense. The best lenses that we have are, available to the market are clinically perfect, and the low to mid-range priced lenses are actually pretty good for the price you pay, right? So, because of that, I think I think people miss that nostalgia of that look that we get from old cameras, specifically old disposable film cameras. And that look is in part because of the lens that they used. So if you're looking for a fun lens, something with a unique look that'll in some way challenge you, this is great for $20. If you're looking for something that will give you clinically perfect images, really sharp, this isn't the lens for you. This thing vignettes, heavy vignette, especially on the full frame, so you might want to think twice about that. Hopefully this helped you figure out whether this is the lens for you. If it's not, let me know why. If it is, let me know why in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.